So I've been really busy the past couple of days going back and forth to my parents' house and dentist appointments. My teeth actually still hurt from that, believe it or not. I've never had a dentist appointment where my teeth just hurt for days after this. So if I'm like talking a little bit funny, it's just because my teeth hurt. And it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. It was a regular teeth cleaning. I don't know. But I really did feel like the dental assistant was trying to, like murder me with a toothpick. We're just not gonna talk about it anymore. So I thought I would come on here today and do a little talk through. I don't know how this is gonna work out. We're gonna see. But I wanted to show you guys some of my all-time favorite products. And kind of like my favorite foundation routine, if you will, because I have incredibly dry, flaky skin. I don't really have a pore issue. I guess I don't. I mean, I've never really been like, oh, look at my pores, they're huge. But just recently I have discovered that I'll break out. Like at the drop of a hat, I will break out. And it's not the makeup. I clean my skin very well. It's just when Aunt Flo comes to town and she's like, yes, have all of these magical pimples. But what are we gonna do? And I just thought that I would go ahead and show you what works for my skin, what's my favorite thing, and just take it with a grain of salt because not everyone's skin is as dry as mine is, and I like to glow. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in. But I'm gonna go ahead and take my favorite primer, and that's the Backlight priming filter. I love this stuff. I love it because it's very dewy. It's not greasy. It's not greasy at all. It's just really dewy and shiny and beautiful, and it's so moisturizing. I think if you have oily skin, I don't think that you would like this because it does nothing for oil control, but that's okay because I don't have any oil to control. But if you're oily, I would ask for a sample and try it out. So now I'm gonna go in with my favorite foundation. Gotta give it a good shake. This is the Makeup Forever Face and Body Foundation, and it's 90% water. It's a water-based foundation, and you're probably thinking, what kind of coverage does that give you? It doesn't give you coverage, but you can build this up. You can build this way up, and it never looks cakey on you. This has been my go-to holy grail foundation since I discovered it last May, and I got married last May, and this was actually the foundation that I used to do my makeup for my wedding, and those pictures they're beautiful. I'm obsessed with them. It's not one of those foundations that I feel like if you apply with a damp sponge that it's going to work. It's not going to work if you apply with a damp sponge. I'm just telling you that right now. You have to use a brush, and my favorite foundation brush is this It Cosmetics for Ulta. It's their buffing foundation brush. I love this foundation. As you can see, this light little layer is not really covering anything, but that's the beauty of it. It's really liquidy. You can kind of see it right there just sitting. Well, now that I'm saying it's liquidy, it's not going to run down my hand. But I just love this stuff. And I just feel like it lasts on me so long, and you can just keep building up coverage. And that's usually what I do. I start off with a light layer, and I just keep building it up and building it up until I get the coverage that I want. You can see it's so clean looking. It doesn't look like you're wearing foundation. And now I have to tell you a really sad thing. Makeup Forever actually discontinued this particular foundation. I know. And I just found it last night, and it's my favorite, and they decided that they weren't gonna make it anymore. And I'm like, really? Makeup Forever? Are you kidding? Are you joking with me? They were not joking. I was so sad. But they came out with their new, their like replacement for it. So basically they discontinued this formula and got a replacement formula. And you can see, like, I've been sitting here and just building it up. And do you see how much the coverage has improved? But yet it's beautiful. And with that primer, it just stays on my face all day. And it's so dewy and it's so beautiful. And I'm actually going to stop right here because I am going to, I'll just kind of come up and let you guys see. And right now I don't have my like favorite concealer to show you, and I still don't have a favorite color corrector, but this is the color corrector I've been using for literally ever. It's the Colored Clay CC Under Eye Corrector. Oh, that's a mouthful. And this one's in light medium. Yes, and you can see I've hit major pan on. This is the corrector that I've been using, and I've been testing out the, you do not need a lot of this, by the way. It's pretty pigmented, and it'll get real creasy on you real fast, and I already crease like crazy, so we're not gonna talk about that. But I've been trying out like the Urban Decay color correcting, I think it's the weightless naked color correcting fluid or something like that, and I need coverage, okay? My dark circles are really bad, but I like it. And so far, I don't know. I have been fighting with concealers. My favorite is the Urban Decay Weightless Naked Skin Concealer. I love that concealer so much. This hair is driving me crazy. It's my favorite concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Everyone was raving about this. Like all the big YouTubers, beauty blog, everybody was talking about this concealer. And I was like, I'll try it, why not? Since so many of my YouTubers liked it and so many people liked it, and I was just like, well, why not? And then I got it and I tried it, and it was so different from the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Skin Concealer that I didn't like it. I didn't. I'm not sure. I have almost gone through this whole bottle, and I am still not sure if I like it or not, which is kind of pathetic to say. I know. It's kind of dumb. But like I said, I have super creasy under eyes, like right up in here. And whenever I would use the Naked Weightless Skin Concealer, I wouldn't have like the creasing. Like it would not settle into those fine lines up here. And I feel like this one does. And I feel like everyone keeps saying, oh no, this doesn't settle into fine lines. This isn't crease. This is full coverage. This is amazing. This is... And I don't feel like it's that great. I'm gonna get shot. I can feel it. If anybody watches this video, I'm gonna get shot because everybody's obsessed. I love it for priming my eyelids. Do not get me wrong. I think it's great for that because I have really veiny eyelids, and this just is full coverage for that. But I feel like every time I go to use it on my under eye, I'm just not impressed. But it's what I have. Also, like, that way where I'm just like, oh, I paid the money for this. I'm gonna use this. And it's not really, it's definitely a full coverage concealer, as you can obviously see it is. It's pretty full coverage. Blender. And I mean, it's super full coverage, which is nice, but I just feel like, and it might be because my shade is a tiny bit too light for me, could be what it is, but I do like a bright under eye, and I just take that on my eyelid to prime. This is how I prime my eyes. I just always take my concealer up on my under eye, do this number, and I feel like if I don't hurry up and set this, that it'll just crease. And I always take my concealer down the side of my nose. It slims out the nose. I have a lot of hormone redness, and you see, like, whenever you put this concealer with, or just any good coverage concealer with a foundation like this that is more sheer, it transforms it, and it gives you the, like, maybe the coverage that you're wanting, but it doesn't get cakey. Here's a really good tip. Whenever you do your foundation, my favorite way is with a kabuki brush, any brush that you like. I personally like one like this, my favorite. And I'll link the little travel set that I got this in down below, by the way. And then you go over everything with a damp beauty sponge. It doesn't have to be the beauty blender, like, because that's that's expensive. But any damp beauty sponge, and it just puts moisture back in your, even if you're oily, I'm telling you. It just puts moisture back in your face, and it just makes it look so nice. Okay. I've been blending here for like 30 minutes, haven't I? Probably. This is the Sonia Kashuk Undetectable Cream Bronzer. It's nice. It looks like this. It's kind of icky because I've had my brush in it because it's cream. And the packaging gets dirty constantly, drives me nuts. But I'm in Warm Tan, number 41. I think they have 2 shades, and this is, okay. I'm a little ghosty, but this is still, it's a little warm. I know it looks kind of dark on camera maybe, but it's coming off a little bit darker on camera than it is in real life. It's pretty light. And they have 1 shade darker than this, so they really need to step it up with shades, because this bronzes my skin tone really nicely, and if you're darker than me, you could definitely try the darker color. I feel like this would work for anybody from a fair to like possibly a medium skin tone, but if you are any darker than a medium skin tone, like if you have beautiful, beautiful dark skin, I really think that this would be, snap that. I really don't think that this would work on you. I think you'd have to go to the other shade, and even then I don't know if that would be dark enough. You'll see whenever I start applying to my face. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to grab a little stippling brush to start off with, and this is my Wet n Wild stippling brush. It's really tiny, like, oh, he's so cute. Like, this is my favorite. You see the difference. But I usually use this one to start off with to kind of like get up in the hollows of my cheeks, so like right up in here. And it's just a really soft kind of warm color, and you see how natural that is. I mean, it looks a little dark on camera, I'm not gonna lie to you, but in person it's very soft and very smooth, and just, it's just pretty. So that's what I'll do. I'll just take it on that stippling brush. Excuse me, baby hairs, just out the way please. And I'll kind of take it down around my cheek area, kind of like if you were contouring, but you're not contouring, you're just bronzing up with this beautiful cream. And I think this is such a pretty bronzer. I really do think it is. I mean, I feel like it just brings so much life to your face in the best possible way. And it's just, it's soft and it's creamy and it's really blendable. Like, it blends out really nice. It basically blends itself, which is always really nice with a cream product. And I feel like people can get so intimidated by creams, but guys, it's just makeup. It washes off at the end of the day. It just does. We're gonna kind of take that down my nose a little bit. We're not really contouring the nose, we're just sort of putting some color in there. And then I'm gonna take a little bit under my chin, because your girl gained some holiday weight. She gained some finals weight. She gained some everything weight. So we're just gonna conceal, don't feel. Yes. And now we're gonna take our Real Techniques beauty sponge. That's an appealing sound. And we're just going to kind of go over that cream contour just a little bit, just a tiny bit over that cream bronzer. And we're just gonna blend it out, and you see immediately that just looks so much nice. It's just a nice bronzer, man, and it wasn't expensive. I think it was maybe, the highest I would say it was $12, but I think it was like $8 or $9. So, and this has lasted me a while. I used this all last summer, and there's like there's not even a dent in that. And now we're gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Light Up My Hibiscus. Okay, it's just their MegaGlo illuminating stick that they came out with their summer collection. I think they made these permanent, I'm not sure, but any like peachy, highlighty, creamy product that you have will be just fine for this. And I like to kind of take this on my finger and kind of like pat it on my cheek. I don't usually like to use the stick, and then once I get that down, I will grab the beauty sponge, and I'll get some on the beauty sponge, and I will just begin to pounce that onto my cheek where I normally would apply blush. And once again, your girl likes a lot of blush. I always feel like, and that was something that my mom would always complain about too. I talk about my mom a lot, but that's because I love her. I love her so much. She's so sweet. But my mom always tells me, like, she loves my pink rosy cheeks. And whenever I wear makeup, she can't see my pink rosy cheeks. And that's like her main complaint about me wearing makeup. I feel like that's the thing that bothers her the most. Is like, she feels like she can't see my natural beauty, if you will. But you can see how this is just soft and gives you that little bit of glow. It's not overwhelming. And I'm gonna do what I never do and just, because I have zero powder on my face right now, we're just gonna add a tiny bit more, just a tiny bit, and just blend it out. Okay, blush is done. And it's not, I mean, it's definitely more of a highlight, but it's so fresh and it's so pretty. I just love it so much. And now we're gonna go in with some Colourpop highlighters. And I personally, I know a lot of people, either they don't know what Colourpop is, or they're just unsure as to like what to buy from them, if their products are good or not, those kinds of things. And personally, I love Colourpop. I think they are so much fun. Some stuff is hit and miss with them, like with every makeup brand. But I mean, what are you gonna do? So I'm just gonna go ahead and take Wisp. No, this is Lunch Money. My B. See? I can't read apparently. And this is just a really, it's like a soft champagne-y color. And what I love about this like soft gold is that it's not, this is not an intense one. Like I'll just take some on my sponge and I will just pop that onto the tops of my cheekbones. Now they say that this applies best with your finger, but because it is a tiny bit dark for me, I really don't want to accidentally like overload myself with it, because I will do that with my finger. I'm just gonna take it around this side of my face and up my brow bone a little bit. I told you guys I love to glow. I love it. Ugh, so pretty. And then just take it down the bridge of my nose, just a little bit on the tip of my nose. Look at that. Look at that. You can't tell me that that is not gorgeous. So pretty. And then just, I can use my finger for this. It's gonna go on my cupid's bow. I'm blending out. And then, of course, because I'm a psychopath, we're just gonna put a little bit on the chin. We're gonna go up here and like blend out that concealer one more time, because it's starting to crease on my upper lid, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can see right there. Do you see that? Probably not, huh? I'm just gonna kind of come up in your space a little bit. Look. Doesn't crease my foot. Now, I haven't set it yet, but it'll still do this, even when I set it with the powder. Come on. So, I don't know, and I know it's not the way that I'm blending it out, because I am going outer to inner corner, back and forth, in little pouncing motions, like they all teach you how to blend out your under eye with a damn sponge. So, I don't know. But now that we've got all of this gorgeous glowiness, I'm gonna be a little bit extra, and we're gonna go in with Flexitarian, my all-time favorite highlight from Colourpop, because this one, you guys, ugh, look at that. Flexitarian Lunch Money. This color though is intense, and I already have a pretty intense highlight, but we're just gonna grab our spongy sponge right at the, oh my gosh, just right there at the top of the cheekbone. Can you deny that? You cannot. You can't. You can't tell me that that's not just the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, because you would be lying. Okay, so we're back. I've done my brows. I use the Anastasia brow definer, by the way. It's super fast, super easy. Love this stuff. And I've been using the, I think it's the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. My writing is rubbing off. And just a clear one. And I went ahead and set my under eye and like everywhere that I put concealer. And I just used the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Translucent Powder to do that. And now you can just go ahead and do what I'm about to do. And I'm just going to go ahead and set my whole face with some powder. Now, you do not have to set this foundation, in my humble opinion. You just don't have to, because I feel like it'll just stay by itself no matter what. But if you're oily, you're definitely gonna wanna set your makeup. But I just went ahead and set it with my Dream Wonder, because I work at a daycare, so I'm gonna be out all day. This needs to stay on my face. And it's number 10 Porcelain Ivory. It's really pretty. I love this powder. I just feel like it gives a nice overall sort of glow, you know? And you can just leave this right here the way that it is. I'm not gonna do any eyeshadow today, which is kind of weird for me. Normally I will do like a little bit of eyeshadow, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just apply some mascara. My current favorite mascara is the Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte, but I don't have that on my table, and so I'm gonna use the Lift Me Up mascara from Rimmel. And it kind of, my all-time favorite mascara is the Better Than Sex from Too Faced. And this kind of actually looks like that wand, but I don't feel like there are dupes. Sad, I know. This one kind of smells like cucumbers, which is nice. And I've already curled my lashes. So I'm just gonna let that dry. That right there. I'm just gonna let that dry. And you can see while we're waiting, like you can still see the creasing. It's there. I said it, but it's there. The creasing is there. But while we're waiting for mascara to dry, what is your guys' favorite books? I love to read. I'm an English major and I love to read. So what are you guys' like favorite books right now? Give me some suggestions. Tell me in the comments. I really want to know. I need new reading material, which sounds terrible to say because I'm about to start back to my final semester of college, but yeah. Are you dry yet? Are you dry? I don't know. Shall we find out? I could be about to make a horrible mistake. No. So we're just going to take our highlighter from earlier, Flexitarian, and a little baby brush, if I can find my little baby brush. Little baby brush. Little baby brush. Tiny little baby brush. And this is the Morphe Y22. I got these for Christmas. And I'm enjoying them. They remind me a little bit, and I've heard other people say it as well, like of the Elite brushes from Morphe before they revamped the Elite collection and did the Elite 2. And they're really nice. I like this quite a bit. They're just, they're nice. They're nice brushes. I like them. I'm enjoying them. So, I mean, to each their own. I know some people love Morphe. I know some people hate Morphe. I personally enjoy Morphe. They've not done me wrong. Yet when they do me wrong, I'll let you guys know. But they haven't done me wrong yet. So I'm gonna just blink on my finger. Yeah, it's still damp. It's a little smudged, but that's because it takes forever for it to dry, and I am impatient. But it doesn't look that bad. Go in with the Revlon, and we're going to tight line our upper lash line. And I'm going to get out of frame for this because, well, you don't need to see it. You don't want to see it. And I don't like showing it on camera. And I have to get the mirror. We'll be right back. And because I'm extra, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the rest of my face. I'm going to use Becca's Champagne Pop. I know this looks so dark for me, but I just love the way it looks on my skin tone. I'm sorry, sue me. And I'm going to use this little It Cosmetics fan brush. Just gonna... Ugh. Yes, Golden Glow. I love this. I love this highlighter. It's so gorgeous, guys. And I know some people hate Jaclyn Hill. Some people love Jaclyn Hill. Some people have no opinion about Jaclyn Hill. Personally, I love her. She's taught me a lot about makeup. A lot of people here on YouTube have. And I love supporting YouTubers. I think that if we can't support YouTubers, we can't support our own people here on YouTube, then what are we doing with our lives? But yeah. Look at that. You cannot deny that shine. Look at it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so now some lower lash mascara, and then we're all done. I'm using the Lash Accelerator. I'm gonna go in with my all-time favorite lipstick, which is MAC's Twig, and I have barely any of it left, but it's such a pretty, I don't know how I necessarily like call it a nude. I mean, it is a nude. On somebody darker than me, it would definitely be a pretty, like, soft nude, but on me, it's more of like a warm brownie nude. You'll see what I mean when I put it on. You'll see. See that? It's my favorite color. I know people always talk about how they like other lipsticks more than MAC's, but I love this lipstick. And this is the finished look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I know that I ramble a lot. But this is just a really quick cream contour. This video is probably going to be a million miles long, and I didn't mean cream contour. Just my kind of like my favorite go-to foundation and, you know, like cream products routine, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like and you subscribe and you comment, because I love interacting with people. I'm sort of a people person sometimes. And you can follow me on my Instagram, which is Naomi E. Smith Beauty. And you can also find me on Twitter at Naomi, the little underscore slash Smith 17. Find me. It's linked. It's on there. Just go find me. And follow me, because I want to be able to ask you guys questions on those platforms and have you get back to me. And I'm thinking about getting a beauty Snapchat. So you guys let me know if you would follow me on that, if you think that would be a good idea, because I like to talk. Obviously, this video is going to be a million miles long, but it was so great talking to you guys, and I hope we'll see you soon. Bye!